Hello, my name is Annie, and this is Crime Chats, where we discuss cases that are happening right now. I don't really have a good intro right now, so I have to make one up, and I don't have an opening thing. But anyways, today I wanted to get together and talk about Quinton Simon. He's a 20-month-old toddler that went missing yesterday morning, October 5th. He was last seen at 6 a.m. and he's missing from his home at the 500 block of Buckhalter Road in Savannah, Georgia. His mother, I guess he wasn't reported missing until after 9 a.m. because the police were dispatched at 9:42 a.m. Um, he was last seen in a playpen. Hello, 120. He was last seen in his I can't those pack and playpens that people use for beds. Um, his babysitter usually goes there every morning to his house at 6 a.m. But she was called 30 minutes before, or actually, the mother texted her 30 minutes before, and canceled and said that she wouldn't be needing her that morning. The grandmother of Quentin has temporary custody, and she was gone on a short business trip when he went missing. The grandfather says that he can't open doors, and he's never opened a door before. And I had a couple of news clips that I wanted to play, and unfortunately I can't find all of them. But I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play one with a little snippet from his grandparents. So this is from WJCL. Let me just figure out how to do this. Oh yeah, I know how to do it. 1 second, let me just put it over here. You can come up if you'd like, 120. You don't have to though. I really wanted to talk about this because I don't understand how a child goes missing from his playpen with no trace. So I'm gonna put this up on the screen in a second. I just have to remember how to do everything, so just give me 1 second. Oh, here, I found it. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Let's see. Sorry.
Right now, the search continues for a missing toddler. 36 hours after he was reportedly last seen by his mother. Our Andy Cole joins us live now from Buckhalter Road in Savannah. And you've been on this story all day. Tell us what's the latest.
Hey, good evening, Greg and Shannon. Investigators were out today searching for 20-month-old Quinton Simon, but still, they have not been able to find him. Earlier today, I did get a chance to check in with his grandparents, who, as you can imagine, are desperate for answers. Do you believe Quinton is still be alive?
I hope he's still alive. We don't know. We don't have any information to believe he's not.
Chatham County Police Chief Jeff Hadley is optimistic 20-month-old Quinton Simon is still alive. But as the hours tick by, hope is waning. Quinton's grandparents, Thomas and Billy Joe, say their daughter, Leilani, Quinton's mom, is just 22. And according to court records, Billy is Quinton's custodian.
She hasn't always done the right things, and sometimes she does really great, and sometimes she doesn't. And I don't know what to think right now. I don't know what to believe because I don't think anybody ever believes that this is going to happen to them. I don't know if I can trust her if I don't. I just know I'm hurting. And I want this baby home.
We want answers. We don't have answers. Quentin's grandparents tell me more than anything, they want answers. Whether it's the answers we want to hear or answers we don't want to hear, we just want to know something.
It's just a baby.
Home where they all apparently lived last month. We've also learned that Leilani had a child support order filed against her just last week for both Quentin and his 3-year-old sibling. Shannon and Greg.
Andy, tough to hear that interview you did with the grandmother, but so
there you go on that. So I was wondering, I'm sorry. Quinton was living with his mother, her boyfriend, and his grandmother. I don't know about the grandfather. It says that he was like always in Leilani's court, and Leilani is the mother. She's 22 years old, and I'm not sure what her story is yet. I just start digging into this, but I wanted to bring awareness to him, and I have a couple of pictures to share. Let me see. 1 second. I'll put his picture up. Wait. Sorry about that. Oh, I guess I just have to put it like this. There's his picture. But I was going to read a couple of more things that I received that I was looking on Twitter. Oh, shoot. I closed my mail. 1 second. So these are the facts that we know about him. And it is, let's see. Okay, so it says the babysitter was called at 5:30 a.m., which was extremely odd to the babysitter, 30 minutes prior to the last sighting. The babysitter advises the mother should be investigated. She said that she works even when, that she babysits even when the mother works. And also, it says the grandfather is a huge advocate and cheerleader for Leilani. He is calling BS on her story and has insinuated that she should be looked into further. The grandmother has custody of the 2 boys since Quentin was 5 months old. A couple of weeks ago, the grandmother went through the courts and served Leilani and her boyfriend with an eviction notice due to the constant fighting. The grandmother went on a short-term work trip and left Quentin with the mother. The investigation has shifted, and they no longer believe the baby wandered off. Trash day was yesterday, the day of the disappearance, and the FBI is searching the dump to find evidence as well as the entire area of the home and neighboring homes. It's really sad. I know. I don't understand why the grandmother would leave her with the mother, because they said sometimes she's really good and then sometimes she just isn't. And they don't have anything. I don't know. I don't know what that thing is, because it seems like she also got served with a CPS thing to start paying child support like a couple of days ago, and it's all on Twitter. So, did you want to come up? Exactly, 120. She should have never left her. It's sad. It's really sad. He's so cute too. I have a picture of the grandmother to, let's see, or Quinton and the grandmother. Let me find it. I do my research with my phone and then I transfer it over to then I email myself. So I don't know how to download the pictures in a file, so it's hard to find everything. But here's that's the CPS report. Let me see if I can make it bigger. But this is just basically saying that she was ordered to pay child support while her kids were in CPS custody. Yes, please come up. So I could have someone to talk to. And then let's see what else I have. And then I had another thing about, they really don't have any facts, but I heard that they were searching the trash cans in the area and the dump, and the FBI got a search warrant to like fully search their house today. But here's another thing that I found. It says Chief Jeff Hadley of I don't know how to say the Chatham County Police Department. He said, "This is a fluid situation. All things are possible. We don't have one concrete theory." He said the officers were dispatched at 9:42 yesterday morning, at the 500 block of Bull Culture, where his mother reported him missing. He had been missing since 6 a.m. in the morning. I don't understand why it took her 3 hours to call. Also, like my baby was supposed to be in the playpen, and I didn't find him within 2 minutes. I would have called 911. And then they said an Amber Alert was not issued because there's nothing to indicate at this time that the child was abducted, and evidence of an abduction is necessary for an Amber Alert. Let's see. Hello, 120. Can you hear me? We don't have one concrete theory. Oh yeah, there's a lot of lag. I'm trying to find a new streaming service that's a little easier to use, because this one's this one's not hard to use. It's just that I can't stop the lag and I don't know how to fix it. I did everything that they told me and it's still lagging. So you just have to talk over me.
We'll figure it out.
Yes, we will. So that's all I really have to say about him. But I still have to dig into some more information, but there's not really that much out there yet. That's all I have. So if you want, you can give us your thoughts on, we can move to Summer and you can give us your thoughts on what your theory is.
Well, on the Quentin case, the article that you showed, the reason that they are pushing child support is because the state has decided to do that. That was not the grandmother doing it, that's the state.
Right.
Because they placed him with the grandmother, and she's getting assistance through the state.
Right. So they have to have
it's
the same law.
It's like if a foster child was placed in your home, They're going to pay you for keeping that child, and they're going to go back on the parents for the money that they're paying.
Right. Hello, beautiful sunflower. We were just talking about Quinton Simon. I'm not sure if you've heard about his case yet. And then we were going to talk about Summer too.
She follows a lot of cases. She may know more about Quentin than I do.
And you're welcome to come up, beautiful sunflower. You don't have to show your face. So, 120, what were your thoughts about about some of the points we were talking about the other day with Summer? Have you watched
Such as,
Have you watched Sage Sleuth? I can. Her name is a tongue twister. Have you watched any of her latest videos?
sometimes I pop in and out on several different chats. What issues is she covering?
She has a lot of good stuff that she's showing all Jody Sue's contradictions. And I think she believes what I believe now. I think that I really honestly think that it's Jody Sue, Andy, and that son.
It could be. And I think we need to look at everybody as hard as we looked at the Wells.
Exactly.
Everybody has been so focused on, it's Dawn, it's Candace, it's the grandmother, and everyone else has just fell to the wayside.
Right. And then they cover up for all of them, for all the neighbors. I think Andy is full of crap. Crapola.
Yeah, I think somebody needs to remove his roller skates so he can quit skating around any question he's asked.
Right? And then I just think that I think it's creepy that her son, I mean, who knows? He's probably I just think Jody Sue had him creeping around the Wells house constantly. I think that's why Candace moved. She's scared. She's scared for her life. What are your thoughts?
I think she was scared to be up there. I think Candace was scared to be up there without Dawn. And I don't blame her.
I think the grandma was too.
You got light. You got light in one direction, and then you got Fred Hill in the other direction.
And the big bad witch of Ben Hill Road. And then
Mr. Wannabe Pillsbury Doughboy that lives over on the other side up there wants to run people off. Sherfy.
Who? Pillsbury Doughboy. I wonder if he really went to boot camp, because wouldn't he have to graduate from school first? Don't you have to have a high school diploma? Doughboy.
I think so, or a
Are you having the leg
maybe
problem
they
now?
got him.
Or is it me?
Not so much, I don't think.
Oh, okay, good.
Maybe they got him a GED.
Maybe. I don't know. I think, and then, yeah, I didn't think you could go to the service without being a graduate because my sister wanted to join when she was in high school, and they said you have to finish high school first. She wanted to go like when she was 17.
Well, maybe we need to look into that.
I know. We really do.
I don't have I don't have a clue.
I'll ask
Beautiful
Squirrel Girl
sunflower.
to help me.
Beautiful sunflower said she thinks that you can go and not graduate.
Oh, maybe he went to the army. I bet you that's what it is. It's been hard for me to concentrate on a lot of the stuff with all that's going on in the world right now. But I'll talk to Squirrel Girl and she'll and ask her what to do, and I'll look into him more. And I have let's see, I have to turn my notes over. I don't understand
So I'm
what
going
the
to send you some.
Go ahead.
I'm going to send you some pictures, so the next time we go live, we can perhaps go down the rabbit hole or whatever you want to call it on some info that I thought was interesting on two different points that have to do with Allie and her oldest daughter.
True or Drew? I don't know. True.
Yeah.
Beautiful sunflower. I know my nephew was corn fed too, and he just basically stopped eating so he can pass the weight test because he wanted to go, but he went to the
Oh,
Coast Guard. Yeah, I don't. Allie, well, Andrew creeps me out more than Allie, her ex, or Hunter's father, I should say. It just doesn't make sense that
oh
they would
yeah.
drive all that way and turn around and go home. That doesn't make sense. And they went to the storage. Like
But
what? Yeah,
yeah, you drive all that way with all these people. You pull up into a storage unit, you rent a storage unit, you unload your crap, which I'm sure that's all it was, and then you turn around and load it back up and load all the people back in except Jose and go back to New York. You've already got rid of your apartment, or which I'm sure that's what they had. All these people did. Where did they go to?
exactly. It doesn't make sense. That just
And he
doesn't.
can't tell the
Go ahead. I'm listening.
no, he can't tell the truth. Look at all the lies he fed on this Jose person. He was talking
Right.
to him. He knew where he was.
And he was saying he lived in the
All he was
Philippines.
trying to do all he was trying to do was draw people to his little piddly channel.
I heard. I
No,
heard.
sunflower.
I heard that he.
I
That's
never
what he
heard she
said
was
he
in.
rode. I heard that he rode from on a couch in the back of the U-Haul. But a lot of those, there had to be more than just him back there, because they came with like 13 people in a car, one car and one truck.
Right. And
And
how do we know who came and how do we really know who went back?
exactly. Exactly. It's
And
so
you're going to
sad.
move here. You're going to move here from New York to Tennessee, and you know nobody except Allie,
Right.
who wants nothing to do.
There's just more to that story. There has to be. There has to be.
Right.
And then I don't understand why remember when the detective came, the lead detective of Hawkins County or whatever, and he came and he did an interview, and he said that he doesn't think Summer was moved out of the area. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I don't know. I just wonder what he means by that. Like, do they think that she's alive, or do they think that she's dead, or what?
I don't actually think they have a clue what happened to Summer. In other missing cases, you hear I mean, not, I guess, news reports or updates. We don't hear anything. And
Right.
when they do have one, it's just like a repeat of the same thing they told us before.
Basically, that they don't know anything.
Right. Basically, they don't know anything any more than they already knew, which is what? Nothing, in my opinion.
Did you follow the Megan I don't know her name, Boswell or Boswell case?
I didn't really follow it. I started, kind of looking at it because it was said in a chat that Sherfy Jr., who has, I guess, just now went to prison, lived close to her.
Uh,
And I heard his name was mentioned or he was questioned about it. And his father said, he had nothing to do with that.
I'm gonna look
But,
into
it
that one
kind of
more.
is a coincidence if, in fact, he did live close to her. Did he know that her mother? I don't know. And then it's funny, his dad stays there on Ben Hill with his girlfriend, where Summer lived.
Right. And he said he had to pull a gun on Jody Sue. I wonder why.
I don't know, but in my opinion, I think he's a blowhard. He come down there acting like Barney Badass when Molly and them were all there. Get out of here. He don't own.
I know he doesn't even own that land. It's
He's
his.
lucky.
It's
He don't own nothing there. He's the one that should have left, not them.
Him and Jody Sue. I have a clip.
Yeah, she didn't either.
But I don't know. I don't know how to put this from my phone to. I don't know how to transfer this from my phone to my computer because it's too big to email. But I have a clip that I want you to hear, and this is the day after Summer went missing with Jody Sue, and it's about 6 minutes. But I'm not going to play it all. But just listen to her, and it's just not her reactions aren't normal for a person that your neighbor's child goes missing. She feels guilty, and she's saying all kinds of stuff. Let me see. I gotta
I'm still here.
start it from the.
But it's terrifying because mine's the only one in here. And,
I don't know how to rewind it. 1 second.
And I'm absolutely terrified. If somebody's gotten hurt.
Well, it's.
My whole life is just gone. And, I mean, I know her personally. I hear her giggles. I mean, I hear her play every day. I mean, you know, I know the sound of her voice, and I know, you know, and she's just gone. And I feel guilty. Mine's still here. But it's terrifying because mine's the only one in here. And, I've never been afraid of shit in my life. And I'm absolutely terrified. If somebody's gotten hurt, they are not just a regular predator, in my opinion. The risk it took. And it's probably not the first time, won't be the last if they're not caught. How do you ever find peace again? You know? And I feel guilty. I feel so fucking guilty. Because, for a lot of reasons and things I'm not going to say, but.
You hear that? She feels.
Again.
Wait. She feels guilty about things she's not going to say.
Right. Reasons she's not going to say.
I wonder why. I don't mean to laugh, but she's too much. I'm going to play some more.
And she wanted rid of him before that.
Right, and she couldn't. If a couple of days before this, she was saying how the kids get on her nerves.
Right, she couldn't stand them. She doesn't like any kids but her own. Wasn't that what she said?
Yep. And after she feels guilty, like about things she's not going to say. I wonder what it is. I really have a feeling that her son did something. It would have been if he was already used to, like, he already got, used to him by going over there and playing with her. It would be easy for him to be like, put his finger over his mouth and go, shh, come here, hurry, it's a secret. And I can see, because you can see the type of little girl she was. She was like carefree and fun loving. She could have been lured away easy, just like Dawn said. Yeah, She also said it wasn't the first time. They just got the wrong driveway the first time. That was odd. I know the stuff that I don't listen to her anymore, but if you listen to the stuff that she said in the beginning, there's a lot of craziness in there. I think that Jody Sue is the number one suspect. Exactly. Andy said his son never played with Summer, but we did see pictures of him in the pool. And like, what's an 18-year-old kid, an 18-year-old boy or man or whatever you want to call him, doing in the pool with a 5-year-old? Like, that doesn't, or she was probably 4 when we, of the pictures that we saw. It doesn't make sense. People don't, that's not normal. That's not normal behavior. When my kids were 18.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Maybe he had something more in common with the oldest boy. I mean, that's a closer age range there, but not Summer.
Exactly. Exactly. My boys, I have 2 boys, and they like bye girls. They're especially at that age, they're not going to want to. They're like, what? I don't want to play with that little kid. Even my granddaughter, she's
Right.
11, and she doesn't want to play with little kids. Oh yeah, Jody Sue is plain evil,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I always knew from the first
I mean, they
minute she.
could
Go ahead.
nothing in common. What would they have in common?
Right. Exactly. My kids at that age would either they'd be trying to hang around with like other boys their age, or they'd be trying to get a ride down to town to meet some girls. Not playing with the 5-year-old. And then let's see.
But it doesn't seem to be like Jody Sue's kids were around other kids. Had she always just kept them right underneath her wings?
Probably. That's true, beautiful sunflower. I never thought about that. Everyone else's children in this case had their children removed. Why does Jody Sue not have hers removed? I don't know, because she should be. I don't know. She should be going to school or something, or have some type of activity. Like if she's just trapped in that little camper, oh my goodness, poor girl. Maybe Jody Sue
Yeah,
takes her to
day
get
in and
her.
day out.
I wonder if she takes her to get her nails done.
I doubt it. She probably has to just sit in the chair and watch Jody Sue.
Probably. I know I don't know. It just, everyone that talks about that hill says that you don't go up there if you don't know, if you don't have business up there. So how could a stranger go up there without no one noticing them? Not one person. We can't believe anything Jody Sue says. Fred Hill, he sees everyone. He didn't see anybody. The only person
No,
he saw that day was Andy. Go ahead.
or so he says. Does he even know what day it is?
I know they're all clowns.
I think he'll tell you anything you want to know for $20.
Yeah. And then the way and everybody knows everybody on that hill, and Andy claims he doesn't know he doesn't know Fred. They're just cousins, but they don't speak. And he doesn't know Frank because he's at work all the time.
In
Exactly.
my opinion, Andy tells you what he wants you to hear. Nothing more, nothing less.
Right. Right. And all the traffic up there, to pick up the drugs and all that. Yeah, what's up with that? Like there's gonna the way Jody Sue made it sound like the it was just the road was littered with needles from the Wells house. It just doesn't make sense. None of their stories add up at all. I honestly think that Jody Sue is the one that made up Candace's story and told her to say that because she said, because I think Candace and her mom probably got back to the house, put the groceries away, and went outside and were smoking a blunt or drinking a beer or whatever they do. And they weren't paying attention to the kids, They had a long day. They were just taking a breather, and it probably was longer than they thought. And Jody Sue was like, "Oh, you weren't watching your kids," because she claims she was looking for the kids. I mean, she was searching for Summer before Candace even knew she was missing. I mean, it just her story doesn't add up. Her story doesn't make sense, and I really think that she's the one that made up the story for Don and them because he would always say, "Well, my neighbor said, and my neighbor this, and my neighbor that." And that's why like she's always like saying that they're not telling she's always correcting the story for them basically when it's not her story to tell, it's their story. Don't you agree? Or you don't listen to Jody Sue, do you?
I just
when Oh, you do?
I've heard different things she has said. Do I sit and listen to any of her whole lives? No way.
If I listen to her, I
I
have to
put
listen.
no
Go ahead.
I put no faith in what she says. I think she blows smoke up everybody's hind end. I
Oh,
don't believe
exactly.
that Candace had any involvement with Jody Sue if Jody Sue is in any way responsible for Summer's disappearance. I don't think there would be any connection between Candace with her.
Unless she just bought drugs from her. And I don't think she bought
Oh
marijuana
yeah,
from him.
I can see that, but as far as Jody Sue coming up with the story to give it to Candace, no, I don't think Candace would have went along with that. And I don't think Candace has the mentality to pull it off.
I don't either. I really
You know,
don't.
that would be okay. I'm going to write a script and you stick to this on what happened to your daughter so I don't get in trouble. Why? You know, Candace has lost her child. Why would she care to protect Jody Sue? That doesn't add up to me at all.
Well, I'm saying that Jody Sue could have said, beautiful sunflower. um, well, I'm saying like Jody's, she's such a manipulator and conniver and all of that. She's trying to cover her tracks, right? Because I really think that she is the main suspect, her and her son and Andy. But so she, she's such a manipulator. I think that she told Candace, "Oh, you're gonna get in trouble. You better think about what you're gonna say. Blah 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 blah, and tell him this or whatever." I think she helped the script. Put it that way. That's why Candace said 10 minutes, and then it was 2 minutes. Well, you know what? Candace is probably telling the truth. Actually, I think it was longer than a couple of minutes, though. Honestly, she just doesn't want to admit that part. But I think that for the most part, it's the truth.
I think by what we have seen, Candace definitely has an alcohol addiction. I think she maintains long enough to go to town, do what running around she has to do or wants to do. The minute the truck gets turned off and she hits the house, she's tipping them up.
Right.
And I think that is exactly what happened the day that Summer went missing. Was she was already throwing them back or hitting the R&R or whatever it is she drinks. And she did not realize how much time had elapsed since she had last seen Summer.
I agree. It was said that one of the boys called 911 first. That's why it has not been released. Who was the first interview with Allie?
I can believe one of the boys called, probably the oldest boy. And I can believe that simply because Candace was probably a little tipsy. And she probably told him to call. And if it
Yeah.
wasn't the oldest boy, if it wasn't Candace that called 911, then it was the oldest boy or her mother.
Right. Yeah. I just after like with Jody Sue saying that she was like hiding her tracks, trying to keep her scent off in the water. She felt guilty. I mean, just everything that's adding up. It's just more than likely. It doesn't make sense for her. She's there. It's. I watch a lot of I watch a lot of like forensic type shows and things like that my whole life, and she there's people that are like that insert themselves in the case because they think that they're smarter than everyone else, and that's what she is. She's a sociopath. I think that's what it was. Well, she has those tendencies. I can't diagnose her, but she has some type of thing, a superiority complex where she thinks that she's smarter than everyone and that she can manipulate everyone. And
And they
she
go
was,
chat to chat to chat
yeah,
in an
good.
effort
You
in an
can talk.
effort to see in an effort to know what is being said, to make sure that nobody is getting too close. And with this case, I have noticed that then the trolls show up. If you're discussing something, it seems they don't want discussed.
Exactly. And every time it's like a one of the panels get really good and they're starting to get close, that's when the trolls show up and then they cause a bunch of ruckus and they never go back to what they were talking about. That's why I wanted to start the channel because
Right.
I wanted to
Exactly.
give everybody a chance to finish their story. That's why I said just go ahead and talk if you want to talk until, because that's the biggest frustration I had in this case. Like every time we're getting close, someone they come in and they throw everything all off topic, or they let someone else on the panel and then they start talking and they never go back to that other conversation.
Or they start tearing up the person that said it.
Right.
Or that
Right.
got too close.
Yeah.
And
So that's
they have they have tried to throw that oldest boy under the bus so many times, and they have no evidence.
exactly
We
because
saw the evidence. We saw the evidence list. I think it was shown on BK's. It was shown several places. Whether it's actually factual, I don't know. But it said there was a shoe, one shoe, a size 10 and a half Cat and Jack shoe. Then it was said that shoe belonged to the oldest boy, Summer's oldest brother, because they know when Dawn and Candace put out a list of things that the children needed, the oldest boy's shoe size was a 10 and a half in men's. And I am sitting here right now telling you, whoever said that, I'm not going to mention the creator, is full of crap. The shoe, as I said, is a Cat and Jack brand shoe. White with Velcro closure. Those shoes are sold by Target. That is a youth size shoe, not an adult size shoe. And I did go through photos and I did find Summer in that brand shoe. They are white and they do have Velcro closure. And I will send a photo of that over to Annie and she can bring it up next time and we can
yeah.
lie that lie to bed.
Oh yes, let's do that. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yeah,
Hi,
we
Kathy. We're
definitely
glad to
do
see
that.
you.
Let me put it on my list.
And it was when they had her pictures. She was dressed really cute and had a little bow on her head. And I think, if I remember correctly, she had like a styrofoam drink cup in her hand, and there was a stream behind her, or a river going by or something. And she had on that exact brand of shoes that were white with Velcro closure. Now, what I don't understand is why they would have took one shoe. Where's the other shoe? Is that what she had on when they supposedly found footprints? Is that why there was only a footprint? Because it's much easier to leave a print with your bare foot than it is a shoe.
That's true. I know.
And
I
I
don't
brought that up
understand
in a
why.
chat. I had brought that up in a chat in another group to be told Candace would have never shopped at Target. The issue isn't where Candace shopped. And then it was, well, Candace probably got those at a garage sale. Again, what does it matter?
Exactly. It doesn't matter where she got it. She still got it.
Right.
Yeah, summer shoes
Yes,
did look
summer
really
shoes,
cool.
yes. And a lot of her clothes also.
But it seemed like it was just in the last couple of months. If you look at her pictures when she was younger, she had cute clothes.
Yes, she did.
That's why I honestly think that it was their neighbor on 125 was terrorizing and harassing and stalking and hyper vigilant on them all the time. And I think that's why the boy was always sneaking around because he was just, they were harassing them. That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, and I mean, it could be part of COVID. A lot of people went crazy after COVID. Like, a lot of people aren't the same anymore after COVID. I have a lot of people that committed suicide since COVID that I know. And I mean,
But
we don't know.
you also have to think you also have to think the all those tax things people were receiving, all that extra money. Think how much money they got for 4 kids.
Oh, yeah, for real. I wish I had 4 kids. I
Which
know.
for people that have addiction issues, that was a lot of money to play with.
Right. And a lot of people took it overboard because they had to, what else was there to do but get high and get drunk? Liquor sales went through the roof during that time. And that's all
Right.
that was, and that's all you could really buy because remember at first you couldn't buy clothes or anything. My neighbor had a baby and she couldn't even buy the baby's clothes because they wouldn't let you buy clothes. They would only let you buy food. Yeah, I think that's when she started going. They probably, they were probably just always at the house and there was nothing else to do. So the kids were probably just running wild. And she probably did hit up a couple of all those garage sales because what else was there to do? Nothing.
Right. But then they get all this extra money to support habits they already had, and then they're supporting those habits in excess. Then that money runs out. Where's it going to come from now?
Right. And that's another thing. I don't think that she cut their hair. I honestly think that the neighbors did that to them. I think that Miss Hypervigilant was just plain evil and just started harassing them. Because look at what she had to do. She did the same thing, and she's evil. I think that they were the clan pop up. Because she's so sick. How is she going to be like going through the woods and like know her way with no um, perfume and no lights?
And to
I
get
really, really,
on Facebook or whatever she was on talking all about that mess. Oh, if
right.
anybody wants to come and meet me, oh, yes, let's all line up.
And where's all her friends? She doesn't have any friends, so I wonder who she was talking to. I have a feeling her clan was her daughter and her son. Not one person has come out to say, "Oh, Jody Sue's a nice person. She has a good heart," or
I
she's
haven't
not
heard.
that. Not one person has had anything nice to say about her. And we could say what we want about Dawn and Candace, but they have had people come up and speak for them. They might be newbies, but they did.
They talked nice for a while till they could run off and till they
Make
could
some
run
money.
off and make a YouTube channel.
And just like they didn't have no reason for, like, how they're when they every time you talk about why was their hair cut off. Oh, she cut hers off to look like hers, and she wants to look like a princess. Like, it doesn't make sense. None of it. I know. I can't take Jody Sue. I unsubscribed to her like a month ago. I'm just like, I had enough. I don't even want to hear what she has to say anymore, because she's just spinning that web thicker and thicker and thicker, and it doesn't even make sense. She thinks everyone is.
I honestly, I honestly believe they cut their hair off like that because they had lice. I do believe that. And I think Candace was too embarrassed to admit it.
Yeah, I really don't think it was lice, because I don't know, because if you look at the pictures of Summer, like in some, there's just like one spot that's shaved off, and then you'll go see another one, and then she has like two spots shaved off, and then like all the back was shaved off, and then they shaved off the top. It's not, they weren't, it wasn't like, she did a, like she shaved her head and then they just shaved the rest off. No, it was like in pieces in the different pictures. That's why I kind of think that they were going up there and just like harassing them while Dawn was at work. Because that's creepy to have a 18-year-old boy spying around your house. He's been caught twice. Who knows how many times he's really been up there. And in the beginning, we heard Dawn saying that like that people were going up there and harassing them, and they put like a line around the house, like a fishing line or something, and they hung cans on it so that they could hear if people, get on their property. Did you hear about that?
No, I never heard that.
Oh yeah, in the beginning interviews, he said he talked about that, and he said that, and see that's why, and that's another reason why I think like that they played that joke on what's her name, Mary, because I think that they just got tired of all the bullshit. No matter what they said, no one believed them. No one gave them the benefit of the doubt. And then
Oh, I
he just, they're
Don
just
was
like,
just playing.
exactly. He's probably just like, now
He got
it's
tired
her.
of hearing it, and he just gave them what they wanted.
Exactly.
They all these women were playing up to him to try and get info out of him or get this out of him. He just started going with the flow.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
that's why he just
you've
he,
got
he lost.
you've got critters who he knew as a man living with them or them living with him, and they're calling him saying, "Oh well, they're not home right now." Who's playing who?
Right. Right.
Or I'm a
I
I'm a
agree.
poor single woman, and my husband died, and I got 6 kids. Who's playing who?
Yeah. Yeah, Jody Sue's. You're right, Kathy. Then Jody Sue says she has a peeping Tom. Yes. See, I think that everything she said that the Wells were doing, it's what are like that people are doing to her is what she was they're doing to the Wells, because she said Don was up there and he had a peeping Tom. It doesn't make sense. Like, why? If Don was really up there being a peeping Tom, don't you think Andy would have went and tried to kick his ass or something? Like, he's not. Oh, okay. Well, Don, don't come up here and peep anymore. That's BS. I think that it was that she just tried to turn it around and say that so that it takes the heat off her son, because I'm sure he's been caught more than those 2 times. Yeah, I believe the son was spying on them constantly. If you look at, I think on his
Oh,
early interviews with Cher, maybe it was when he was on there all the time. That's when he was talking about all that stuff, about the neighbors and about they put like that fishing line to block off their yard.
but
What
if
were
you
you
look
saying?
at the Wells's house, the only window that I think you could peep in if you was peeping would be that one, I guess, in the kitchen or the door that leads into the house. Because the basement door has the film on it that you can't see in, and the window on the side of the house and in, I guess, what is the bathroom area are too tall off of the ground for even an adult, full grown adult, to stand on the ground and look in the window.
Yeah, beautiful sunflower. She says, "Oh, I could put these up here so you could see." She said, "I know my husband would say it's on like Donkey Kong if someone was looking in our windows." Right? We'd be like,
I know they'd see more than they want to see around here.
yeah, but I do. I honestly think that and that's probably why they had that black film on those windows, because they knew they had peeping toms. We're over here thinking, oh, they're trying to make it like a dungeon. And I bet you it's because that boy, they didn't know who it was, probably, or maybe it was multiple people. They're the only outsiders on the hill if you really think about it. Everyone else there is related somehow.
Right. In one way or another.
Yeah, and I think that they were just making their life miserable. Like, we don't want you here. And I think the two boys' hair was shaved just because it's summer. It was hot. I used to shave my kids' hair off in the summertime.
I agree, beautiful sunflower, and bringing you a pizza in the pitch black of night. They want to talk
Yeah.
about Candace being a bit slow. She didn't answer that door, did she?
No, she didn't. And that's probably why she always invited people up there, because she needed company up there and she was scared to be by herself probably. What do you think?
Yeah, I do think she was scared to stay there after her mom left and Don went to jail. And as I've said, I don't blame her one bit.
It's dangerous on that hill.
And I'd be surprised if they go back to anything that's worth $5 when they do go back there.
What do you mean?
Do you think those boys' motorcycles are still there?
Oh, I
I'd be
know.
surprised.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
she
and
wanted.
what friends she thought she got a friend in Sherry, Allie's mother. What happened to
Right.
that? Then she thought she had a friend in Allie. What happened to that? She thought she had a friend in the one that apparently had an affair with Dawn, or a fling, or whatever you want to call it. There goes another friend to the wayside. She was trusting all the wrong people.
Right. Yeah. My mom was kind of like that. She just, everybody was her friend. I
And a
know, it's
lot
so
of
sad.
people like that. A lot of people like that is it's instant. You know, I just met you, you're my best friend. You know, they don't
Yeah.
develop a friendship. It's just they think it's automatic. They act like they like them. That's it. We're best friends.
Yeah. Well, as we've seen, there's a lot of users in this world that just look for people like that to take advantage of.
Amen. And even after, I don't remember who it was, but it was a phone call. They played it. Some lady trying to get information is all it was, saying, you know, I might be end up homeless and I have a little girl. And what did Don say? I'm going to jail, but you're free to come here and stay with Candace. Bring your little girl and come and stay. He didn't know her, but still, yet
Right.
he was willing to open up his home. You know, it may not be up to everyone's standards, to a complete stranger who needed a place to go.
Yeah, and Don told Benny he could stay there too, remember?
Yep.
I feel bad that we misread them. And it's just they don't know how to I know what it is. They don't know how to express themselves, and they did it the wrong way, obviously. But I mean, that's still the, some are still missing.
Yes. Unfortunately so.
So there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her.
Me either.
I wonder if we'll ever get answers. Well, I was talking to a friend of mine. He works for a company like EquiSearch. I forgot the name. I didn't write it down. But he was telling me that there's a lot of kids that go missing, and that the trafficking, not the drug trafficking, the SA trafficking is really bad. It's like at an all-time high right now. And he travels all over the country to go try to rescue kids out of that environment. So I guess they're not like EquiSearch. They actually go like try to rescue the kids from the trafficking networks.
Huh.
So I don't know how he does that, but how it works. But I'll have to talk to him and ask more questions.
I think it either has to be somebody right around there that knew the Wells that took Summer, or that would be the other possibility, would be trafficking. But still, if it is trafficking, it is also somebody that knew Summer that took her and passed her off to somebody else. And
Yes, that's what I think happened.
somebody had to put that person up to it.
Who could that be? Yeah, I agree. Beautiful sunflower. Well, I just pray that we get answers one day for Summer. And this,
And
and
another
this,
thing I would challenge people to do is go back to the very first interview that Don did, where Summer's oldest brother was standing with him. People have torn that interview up. They have said the boy was scared. He kept his head down because he was so scared to talk and so scared of Dawn. I challenge people to go back, clear your mind of what you have heard, and re-watch that. And bear in mind how tall that child is compared to Dawn. Bear in mind they were told where to stand by that news woman who done the interview so that the sun doesn't reflect on the camera. And think
right.
about the sun shining in that child's eyes. Could that be why he kept his head down? Look at him when he looks up and watch him squint.
I agree.
And then think, have you thought the wrong thing all along? Have you been led to think the wrong thing all along?
Yes, and then go watch the other interview with Dawn and Candace, and with the clear head, and you'll see things differently. And it's exactly what beautiful sunflower said: poor education, lack of parental guidance, influenced by the wrong people.
And habits, alcohol and drug habits.
Yes, addiction. I agree, beautiful sunflower. He looks more like like what you said, that he was scared and his mind is probably questioning what happened to my sister. Like, I mean, I can't even imagine what they went through. It's horrible. The way they were vilified. Even me, I was mad at I was like that too. I was mad at the behavioral panel when they said they thought that they probably know who did it, but that they thought that they were innocent. I was like, what the hell? I didn't even get an education, like your education, and I know they're guilty. It's
Me
not
too.
funny.
I was cussing and fussing, and then when they was on that Dr. Phil show, boy, I was done with him.
Me too. I was so mad. I was like, how could they not see this? Yeah, that's scary. And their aunt went missing. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad. I think that Don is probably glad that he got that time away from everybody, from all the chaos, get his head straight.
But I don't think he's had peace because he's had these crazy YouTube people writing him and all this stuff the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was cussing all of them out too. I was like, what the hell? I can't believe it. I mean, I was thinking about writing him just to say I apologize, because I was really, I know they did it. Why aren't they taking them to jail? Blah, 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 blah. And then every time I just see Summer's picture, I would get even more pissed. I won't be led down that road again. I unsubscribe to a lot of people. I'm not gonna get into all the drama. That it's too much. But yeah, so we should
No, I'm not going to do.
oh, go ahead.
I just said I'm not going to do the drama either. And when you show them proof that what they're saying is not a fact, they don't want to hear that. They'll even delete your comments.
Oh yeah. And every time one of the creators sees me in a chat, she automatically times me out, even if I didn't say anything wrong. I will say hi chat. And if she's in there and she's a mod, she always times me out.
Oh, believe
So if
me, me and Beautiful Sunflower have been timed out too for nothing.
Yeah, they are. It's yeah. So I'm just gonna try to stick to the creators that have like facts. I mean, I don't mind like people, like, giving their thoughts and their opinions, and like giving their I like that part. But the like creators fighting back and forth and all of that. I'm over it. They fight one day, they're friends the next day, then the next day they fight, and then the next day they're friends. It's like, uh-uh.
I don't want to hear out of one side of your mouth what a highly religious person you are, and out of the other side of your mouth, more cuss words than I've ever heard in my life. It just doesn't go together. And you can't claim to be such a religious, highly religious person and let evil people sit on your panel.
Yeah,
Humble and mumble jumbo, you can't even understand what they're saying. I feel like they're putting a curse on me.
yeah.
So I just avoid it.
I listen to
No,
like I'll listen to a creator I don't care for, but when they start all the drama, then I don't subscribe to them. But if I hear that they had a good chat, I'll go. I mean, a good like program, I'll go listen.
and as far as support, I understand it costs to run a channel. I don't have any problem with people giving out their money to help a creator out, but I don't feel they should be on there bumming. And when you're on there complaining about your light bill or you need this and you need that, that's bumming. Go make you a cardboard sign and get on the corner. What's the difference?
Right?
I can't do those ones at all.
Yeah. Or like when I'll listen to a creator, but when they don't have, or if they don't have the facts right, that turns me off too. I'm like, well, this was fun tonight, you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, it was nice.
When do you want to do it again?
It's up to you.
Tomorrow or Saturday? Well, you have to get your stuff together. So you want to do it Saturday or tomorrow? I'm home all weekend, so this is my weekend. I'm home. So any day you could just email me, I guess, and and then I'll put the little thing up here. And any time that works good for you. My schedule is open.
Well, why don't we shoot for Saturday? What works for you, beautiful sunflower?
Okay. Yeah, I don't like when you have the mod, you don't get to pay attention to what they're saying sometimes. Well, I enjoy both of you guys. I really do. I love talking to you, 120. I love your insight and opinions. I love how strong you are.
Well, I think I tend to say what other people think, but they don't want to say it.
I love it though. I really do. That's what I like about you. Your realness. You're real. Me too. I have a hard time biting my tongue sometimes. I'm trying to be nicer about it. But you know what it is? It's just like sometimes it's just so much stupidity. Like I just have to call a spade a spade. I'm like, ugh.
Exactly.
So
And that's what they don't like.
exactly. Well, I posted this on my Facebook, and I'm gonna hit up some of my friends so we can get more subscribers too, because it'll help when we can have
Well,
a
let's
community one.
Yes. Let's shoot for Saturday at what time do you think? 8 or 9 o'clock?
Yeah, 8 and 9, then that's perfect for me. Because then I can be
Which
done with
one?
dinner
Eight
because I
o'clock?
cook dinner and clean the kitchen and I'm good. Yeah. Yeah, 8 o'clock's perfect. 8 o'clock,
Okay. Maybe we.
Central Time, right? That's what time you are? Wait, what time? 8 o'clock your time or my time?
8 o'clock my time.
Okay, perfect. So that's 6 o'clock here. Okay, sounds good.
Does that work for
Well,
you, or is that too early?
no, that's fine.
Okay.
I make dinner at 4 and we eat at 5, so it's perfect.
Okay.
All right. Well,
We
I'll
got
see
two.
you Saturday, and I'll do my research too. We'll do some updates on I can't think I can Quinton, and then we'll do the other stuff on Summer again because I want to keep his picture out there since he just
Okay,
went
and I'll
missing
send you
yesterday.
some pictures.
Yeah.
I'll
Yes.
send you some
Please.
pictures on that stuff, and then you'll be able to show them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You can just email me anything.
I
Thank
think
you,
it's going
beautiful
to really
sunflower.
surprise.
Go ahead. What?
I said I think it's really going to surprise you.
Oh yeah. Let's do it then.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
try to. I'll get them to you before Saturday, so you have plenty of time.
Okay, and I'll make the thumbnail. I'll put the. I'll advertise this tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow because I gotta look for a picture to put up, and then I'll
Okay.
make the thing for tomorrow. All right. Have a great
Okay, dear.
evening. Sending you
You
guys
too.
love
Good night,
and
everybody.
prayers. Okay. Good night.
Good night.